How to increase your visibility, or what the heck does visibility even mean? Find out on this week's episode. Hey y'all, I'm Kendrick Shope, creator of Authentic Selling, the #1 sales process for your business, which allows you to get more customers, make more money, and have the freedom to live the life you want to live. For tactical, practical, proven, strategic sales solutions that work for your business, ring the bell and subscribe. Before we can get into how to increase your visibility, you gotta know what is visibility and why do you want to increase it. Visibility is a lot of things. It's like Jess, our editor, videographer, producer, our unicorn, my unicorn. I can't claim her; she's not mine. But one and very good friend and I were just talking about this. I was like, "Do people know what visibility means?" And she said, "Well, I think it's like one of those words where visibility means you poll 100 people, you get 98 different definitions. So it's kind of like branding." What does branding mean? Is it fonts? Is it colors? So visibility in the terms of this context means this. It means how to get more eyeballs on your business. In other words, how to reach people that don't know your business exists. When you may be like, I don't know that I need that, but stick with me. You do need that. When you started your business, the only people that knew your business existed were friends, family, and maybe people that you went through training with. And so over time, your visibility has likely increased through your opt-in, through doing webinars, summits, all the things. But you reach a point where you're either too busy to focus on visibility because you're serving clients, or because you're tired, or because you think that you only have to do that when you're new, and then it will come back to bite you in the rear. Why? Because if you're not actively churning new customers, I don't mean chasing, but think of your business like an ocean. We need constant motion. We need the waves coming in, going out, coming in, going out. That's what your visibility plan needs to be. We need to be expanding you and churning, because there are going to be people who decide they want to opt out of everything. There are going to be people who have bought from you and they've reached the end of their customer journey. There are going to be people that you make mad who are like, I don't want to ever see her redheaded southern sassy face again, and they're going to unsubscribe. And if you don't add new people to that, then eventually you're going to have zero sales. So you have maxed out your list. So that's why you need visibility, and that's what it means in this context. So how do you increase visibility? Well, the first way, if you're new, is to get a really rock solid opt-in. And I don't mean an opt-in just to check the box. I mean, and we've talked about opt-ins on this channel before, but I mean an opt-in that sells, an opt-in that gets people's attention. And I don't care what your opt-in is, it's really just about framing it. So maybe you're gonna give a recipe or a menu plan. I am someone as a human in my personal life who could greatly benefit from a personal chef. I could note to self, I'm gonna hire a personal chef. I am someone who could greatly benefit from having recipes or a meal plan. But I'm not gonna opt in for recipes or meal plans because that's just not sexy enough. So 5 ways to cook healthy meals in under 30 minutes, I might opt in for. 5 ways to cook kid-friendly meals in under 10 minutes, sign me up. How to cook kid-friendly meals that they love in under 10 minutes, sign me up. So see, it's still recipes. It's still maybe meal plans. Nutrition's not my thing. It should be my thing, but it's not. I don't understand it. I know I need it. I really do need some help here. But it's dressed up. It dressed up in something that makes people want to click. So the way to increase visibility, the first way is through your opt-in. If you don't have an opt-in that sells, pause here and go do it. Go do it. That's the first step. But then there are other ways to increase your visibility as your business grows. And so I'm going to list some here. One of those is through advertising. Now, I am anti-advertising because I had a personal issue with advertising. So you don't hear me talk a lot about advertising on this channel because I'm not the advertising expert. I'm really good at knowing my lane and staying in it. It doesn't matter why I'm anti-advertising. There's nothing wrong with advertising. As a matter of fact, I have done plenty of ads in the past, and ads are constantly changing. And so it's just not a visibility strategy that we use in this business, but it's one that can work. So I'm not going to talk about it, but I need to acknowledge it because it's a visibility strategy that works. And ads don't have to be things on social media. I mean, ads could also be TV ads. I love it when my husband comes in and he's like, hey, your friend Grant Cardone was advertising on the Howard Stern show. And I'm like, of course he was. Yes. So, I mean, ads could be radio. It could be newspapers. We had someone come through ASU in 2015 who wanted to put an ad in a newspaper. She made $40,000 in sales that weekend. So advertising isn't just Facebook ads, Instagram ads, whatever. So we've acknowledged that we've got opt-ins, we've got ads. What are other ways to increase your visibility? Well, there are a few. One of the ways to increase your visibility is to get out in front of your audience. So whether that is teaching to a connectors list, or being an affiliate for something, or joining a program, not to sell people, right? But to show them that you know to learn from the program, but also to show them that you know your stuff, and that then you become friends, and then they might invite you to come in and teach. Now, I don't mean doing this in an icky, sleazy, slimy, gross way. I'm talking about in the natural evolution of this. Another way to increase visibility is to go to networking events. Another way to increase visibility is to host a webinar. Hosting a webinar is still one of the greatest ways to increase your visibility. Now, people are probably saying right here, okay, well, how do I get people to show up for my webinar if I'm not going to pay for ads? You get consistent on social media. You will get new people to show up if you are consistent on social media. What's important to see is how all of this interchanges. All of this connects. I'm not telling you rocket science things here. You've likely heard all of these things before. Be like, why would I do all of these things? So visibility means exposing your work to new people who don't know your work exists. It also means reminding people who do know you exist that you're here and you can help them. And the best way to increase visibility, bar none, is through social media. Now, I know I have a love-hate relationship with social media, and you may too. And there is good and bad in social media. But the good comes from you being visible to people all across the world. It is such a huge honor when I get someone from France who doesn't speak English, and we get on the phone, or speaks very little English, and I speak very little French, and she's like, can I take your class? I'm like, I would love that, but I can't teach selling in French. I speak a little, but not enough to teach you selling. But it's a huge honor because our content is reaching people globally. Do you know how many people I have had buy ASU from good old East Tennessee when I live? None. Zero. So the point of this is visibility. The easiest way to increase visibility, there are two of the easiest ways are to pitch a connector and get in front of their list, and or social media. And on this channel, there is an entire episode about how to pitch a connector, how to pitch podcast, and there are numerous episodes about how to use social media. We're not going to link all the social media episodes because that would be overwhelming, but we will link the podcast episode for you, pitching. The point here is, when you drill all of this down, is increasing your visibility needs to account for about at least 20% of what you do in a week. Whether you need to be out there, your lights need to be on, yet people need to know the storefront is open. People need to be reminded because we have a very short attention span. So what are you going to do? What's your favorite way to increase visibility? Or what are you going to do to increase visibility? Visibility is not about engagement. Visibility is not about comments. It's not about likes. It's not about followers. You know, I've seen people make the elusive, I roll 6 figures with less than 1,000 people on their list. So it is about, it's not about engagement. It's not about numbers. It is about being seen and being noticed because of your quality content. For more practical, tactical, and strategic sales solutions that make your business money, ring the bell. And if you didn't know it, I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.